Dear students, you are welcome back to STR Shivarajan's teaching room. If any of the viewers has not subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe and press the bell button for regular updates. Students, we are opening a new chapter today in this episode. So, the fourth chapter in plus 2 zoology is reproductive health. This is the chapter's name, reproductive health. It's a chapter which is very closely associated with human reproduction. That is why I have began this chapter after human reproduction, because it's a very closely related thing. So what is reproductive health? You know what is health? Health is the total well-being. Total is the total well-being of all aspects of physical, mental and emotional factors. But what is reproductive health? WHO, World Health Organization, WHO has given a definition to reproductive health. The definition reads like this: it is the total well-being in all aspects of reproduction, that is physical, emotional, behavioral and social. So what is reproductive health? See, World Health Organization, WHO, has given us a definition for this. What is the definition? The definition goes on like this: it is the total well-being in all aspects of reproduction, that is physical, emotional, behavior and social. See, one may have good health, that alone will not do. He must have emotional, behavioral and social attitudes which permits the society. His thinking, his behavior, his social aspects, everything must be suitable to the society that we live in. That is it, not only the physical health. So the total well-being in all aspects of reproduction, that is physical, emotional, behavior and social aspects. That's the definition. See, India is the first country to introduce national programs. National program means the programs which are implemented throughout the country. So India is the first country to introduce some national programs aiming at reproductive health. It was necessary because when we became independent in 1947, our country was having a population which was illiterate, which was led by myths, which was led by superstition, which was led by so many ill or wrong thinkings and ideas. So there were so many wrong ideas about having a child, how the pregnancy develops. People thought that it was the presentation, or it is awarded by the God and we receive it and we have no role in that. That was the feeling of majority of the people. So there was no control for reproduction. So people get married, they live together and they get children. How it happens? How can we stop it? How can we control it? All this thinking was not available among the people. So it was necessary to educate the people that we are responsible for getting pregnancy. We are responsible for having a child. It is not the blessing of the God. It is our own effort. So it was necessary for the country to educate the people, to eradicate, to remove all these wrong conceptions, wrong concepts of the people. So during 1951, the government of India has introduced two programs. The programs are called Family Planning and RCH. RCH means Reproductive and Child Health Care. RCH has been asked so many times to give the expansion in the examination. So RCH, what is the expansion? Reproductive and Child Health Care. Many of the students wrongly write it as reproduction and child health care. Reproduction is a wrong expansion, reproductive and child health care. So let me ask you, what are the programs introduced by Government of India to educate people about reproductive health. The programs are family planning and RCH. And RCH is reproductive and child health care. So now you know what was the necessity for introducing some programs like this. See, when we got independence in 1947, the total population of India was 35 crores. 35 crores. During 2000, it has grown to 100 crores. Now it is 2020 and our population is at a point of 135 crores. That means our population is expanding or growing with a rapid speed. 1947, the population was 35 crores. During 2000, it was 100 crores. And today, at 2020, we stand at a point where we have a population of 135 crores. That means it is overpopulated. India is an overpopulated country. So, if the country has to progress, if we have to fulfill all our needs and necessities, and if we have to have a very happy society where the total population lives happily, our population has to be, the growth of population has to be controlled. So that was the aim of these programs. That was the aim of introducing these programs. So what were the programs? Family planning and RCH. So what is RCH? Reproduction and child health care. So when these programs were introduced, there were certain aims for these programs. Certain aims were there. We can limit or we can mention all the aims in 4 categories. First, to create awareness among people about the various aspects of reproduction. To create awareness. Awareness means knowledge. So to create awareness among the people. That means from this sentence we can see that the people had no awareness about the reproduction factors. That means how a child is born, how a lady gets pregnancy. So people live together, then they get their child. People live together, they get child. That was the only thing they know. So to create awareness among people about the various aspects of reproduction. So that was necessary. So that was the first aim. The second is introduce sex education in schools to create awareness among school children. That is also very important because a boy or a girl becomes or attains puberty or becomes sexually matured and capable of reproduction from the age of 12, 13 like that when he or she attains puberty or sexual maturity. So you children, you are now in +2 classes. That means you are about 17 years old. This is the period when you people are having so many doubts and eagerness about the various aspects of reproduction. So there is every possibility of a child or every possibility for children of your age going in a wrong path, going in wrong thinking, having a wrong relations. All these have to be borne in mind. So we have to educate the children, educate the people. So educate the children is the best way of educating the people because you children are going to be the next grown-up people. So to introduce sex education in schools. So that is the aim. Why this chapter, reproductive health, is introduced in your textbook? Because it's a part of sex education. You are educated how a girl can become pregnant. What are the problems behind that? What are the different types of diseases that may be generated by going in wrong paths of life? So these things are to be educated. So the second aim of this program was to introduce sex education in schools to create awareness among school children. So third is to provide medical assistance to people related to STD, pregnancy, infertility, contraception, etc. Suppose a person gets STD. What is STD? Sexually transmitted diseases. There are a number of different sexual sexually transmitted diseases. There are also very serious, ugly diseases. So, how these diseases a person may get, if the person is educated, and what is the nature of the disease, how it affects us, if you are aware of that, if it is educated, the people will stay away from such diseases. So, and if a person gets this disease, he should not be ignored. He must be given medical assistance. We must save him. So, to provide medical assistance to people related to STDs, then pregnancy. We know that so many women die because of problems related to pregnancy. During the birth, the lady may die. Sometimes the baby may die. So, there are problems. So, during the pregnancy period also there may be some problems the lady may have. All these things have to be treated properly. They have to be helped properly. So, to provide medical assistance to people related to STD, pregnancy, then infertility. What is infertility? The state of not having a child. Infertility is the state of not having a child. So, if a man has married and he is living with his wife for the last 10 years, but he is not having a child, so that may be due to infertility. Infertility means inability to have a child. So, such people, we cannot ignore them. We have to help them through medical assistance to have a child. So, infertility problems are to be treated. Then contraception. What is contraception? Contraception is the method of not having unwanted pregnancy. How we can avoid getting pregnancy? Sexual relation is there. In family life it is unavoidable. In family life, sexual relation is unavoidable. It is the basis of a happy family. But every sexual relation should not end in pregnancy. So, what are the different ways? How can we stop getting pregnancy? That is contraception. So, we have to provide medical assistance to people related to STD, problems related to pregnancy, problems related to infertility, and problems related to contraception. So, what are the three aims? The aims of these programs are: one, to create awareness among people about the various aspects of reproduction. Second, to introduce sex education in school to create awareness among school children. Third, to provide medical assistance to people related to STD, pregnancy, infertility, contraception, etc. And the fourth aim is amniocentesis is to be banned. Amniocentesis is to be banned. So, what is amniocentesis? Amniocentesis is the determination of the sex of the fetus using the chromosomal pattern. That is, a lady is pregnant, some fluid portion is taken out of the uterus. From the uterus, with the help of a syringe, some fluid portion is taken out, and this fluid portion is examined. And through the study of this fluid portion, we can determine the sex of the child. We can understand whether the child inside is a boy or a girl. That is called amniocentesis. So, what is amniocentesis? Amniocentesis is the determination of sex of the fetus. And what is the importance of that? In many of the parts of our country, there is a feeling among the people, there is a tendency among the people to destroy, to kill a female fetus. They don't want a girl child. That is it. In many parts of our country, such a tendency is there. So, if people can understand that the fetus is going to become a girl child, that pregnancy they will destroy. So, amniocentesis is the determination of sex of the fetus. That is to be banned. That should not be allowed. People should not be allowed to determine the sex of the fetus, because it may lead to female feticide. Female feticide means killing of the female fetus. So, these are the four important aims of family planning and RCH. So, what are the aims of this programs to create awareness among people about the various aspects of reproduction. Second, to introduce sex education in schools to create awareness among school children. And third, to provide medical assistance to people related to STD, pregnancy, infertility, contraception, etc. And fourth is amniocentesis. Amniocentesis is to be banned. Amniocentesis is to be banned. What is amniocentesis? Once again, it is the determination of the sex of the fetus using the chromosomal pattern. Okay, now we will see what are the causes. See, in our country, the population is increasing. Not only in our country, not only in our country, all over the world the population is increasing. See, we will see a little bit of it. Why we should control? Not only we, all the countries all over the world has to control the growth of population. Why? See, in India, during 1947, our population was 35 crores. 2000, it grew to 100 crores. Now 2020, it is 135 crores. See the fast growth of the population. In the world, it was 1900, it was 200 crores. In 2000, it is 600 crores. And 2020, it is 750 crores. We stand at this point. See the growth of population. India became independent in 1947. At the time of independence, our population was only 35 crores. During 2000, it became 100 crores. Doubled, more than double, 2 times more than this. And 2020 it is 135 crores. And the world population, if we look at the world population was 200 crores during 1900. During 2000 it was 600 crores. And today, for 2020, it is 750 crores. See, the world population is increasing at an alarming rate. And our population is increasing at a very, very high, rapid speed. So what happens? If the population is growing on like that, no country will be able to provide the basic necessities of life to the people. So what is the basic necessity? Food, clothing, shelter, etc. It was the previous concept. Food, clothing, and shelter. So we want food, we want clothing, and we want shelter. So these were the basic needs earlier, but now these are the not only this, we have some other necessities also. Now food, clothing, shelter we want. Besides this, we want education facilities to all, employment to all, medical facilities to all, like that, etc. So earlier, the necessities of life was only food, clothing and shelter. Now it is not like that. Our necessities include food, clothing, shelter, education facilities to all the people, employment to all the people, medical facilities to all the people, and so many other things also, which we cannot avoid. So if the population is increasing at a very rapid speed, the country will not be able to support the people with all their needs. So we have to control the growth of population. So what is the why? Why we should control the growth of population? Because if the population is increasing like that, what happens is the country will not be able to provide food, clothing, shelter, education facilities, employment to all the people, medical facilities to all the people, etc. This country will fail in all these aspects, and the people will become frustrated, and the country will have, we say, the people will become frustrated, and they will do things which will harm the country. So we have to control the growth of population. So at this point we will conclude this episode, and in the next episode we'll be dealing with the other things related to this chapter. So students, I hope you have understood all these things. Bye.